Okay. Epiphone, Joe Bonamassa, Amos, V, Karina 1958 Karina V, the limited edition. I have a few things I want to say about this guitar. One, I should keep it. That's and I'm extreme. I'm seriously thinking I should keep it. But in case I don't, well, one, we're going to document it whether I keep it or not. And in case I don't, this video will be on Reverb as well. But basically, I saw this locally. I picked it up. I wanted to give it a shot. I've actually never in my life. I know that I've had so many guitars in my life, but I've never actually in my entire life held or played a Flying V of any sort. So this is a first experience for me. At first, I was disappointed that it has the Epiphone Pro Buckers, but these are different. I've had the Pro Buckers in quite a few Epiphone guitars, but these were definitely wired differently. These are definitely meant to have a more of a vintage sound, which they do 100%. It's really I was really surprised that you could get that, like, that 58 vintage type tone out of these Epiphone pickups. Would I prefer Gibson pickups in it? Of course, but what's the big deal? Just swap them out. If you love this and want to have it, swap it right out. So that wouldn't be a problem. But I really don't see a reason to. But okay, so I'm a little excited about this guitar. I really am. They really did one hell of a job. Like, if I didn't see this Epiphone here and the Made in Indonesia sticker, you could start to fool me that this was a Gibson. Of course, the pickups, the Pro Bucker pickups, I noticed immediately aren't Gibson pickups. But I've had a billion Gibsons, so if you wanted to throw some PAFs in here, or some 57 classics anyway, you'd really be happy. I mean, you'd be really, really happy. But the color of the tuners is so dead on. I hope this comes through. This just reminds me of all the old Gibsons I had back in the 90s that were from the 60s and 70s and things like that. Color spot on. They absolutely nailed it. I love this color. A lot of people don't like this like dark, ugly, pale green. They like the more white versions, but I don't. I love this. They did a great job on getting some of the other specs down to where this is gonna be so hard to show up. No, this is never show up, but on import guitars, they have big fat posts that go into the body where your thumb wheels are. And on Gibson guitars, they have very, very thin posts, and that's one of the biggest ways to tell the difference between, a real and a fake, a real Gibson or a fake Gibson, or an import in general. They have the smaller posts in there. This has a little bit of lean. That switch tip was right in the way. It leans forward a tad. It's absolutely nothing that's concerning me whatsoever. It's the slightest bit. And I've seen that on a lot of Gibsons. The the wood that they use in this two, this is definitely not a veneer. You can see the two pieces of wood right there. It's absolutely stunning pieces of Karina. They did an incredible job, especially on the especially at the top here where the because I don't exactly know how these are built, but I mean you can see clear as day that there's a big line here. However, they join this headstock to the body because this is a wild headstock. Also, this on any V, this rubber grip here is the most important thing I think on any V period. If you're gonna get a V, you've got to have it because it makes it so much easier to play. Like it slides a little, but it's extremely comfortable. It's extremely comfortable. Again, I've never had another V, but a lot of my friends, I've never had a V in general. A lot of my friends always say, "Oh, they just slide right off." And yeah, that grip, genius, must have it. The condition of this guitar is strange because it's like excellent and good, and the reason of that being it's excellent in the fact that there's no scratches or dings. There's just, of course, some pickguard scratches and a little bit of gold wearing here, but there's no I can't even find anything. Just slight gold tarnish, and otherwise, the headstock is perfect. No dings at the top that you always see. The fret ends are superb, absolutely superb. A couple high frets throughout the neck, but nothing that bothers me personally. Especially they seem to be in places I don't play that much, so that's why that's why it's excellent, because the condition of this is absolutely excellent. It is, until it has what I've seen on a few of them so far. It has finish cracking. I hope I can get this to show up. It has some finish cracking over here on the neck on each side. It's really hard to get it to show up, and it was also really hard to photograph it. I had a hard time photographing it. Come on, camera. Well, it's there. It's there, and it's pretty ugly. I'm going to tell you that it's ugly, but it is absolutely not in the wood. You can see clear as day the wood greens going right under it, right through the finish cracks. There's absolutely no way. It basically has a pretty ugly spider going on here that stems. It kind of goes from here to here. Actually, that was a little. No, that's about right. From about here to here, and it spiders off. And there's one crack that goes across the back of the neck, but it's all finish cracking. And honestly, you don't feel it that much. You feel, of course, you feel it a little bit, but you don't feel it that much. So when I was buying it, I was super concerned from the photos, and then as soon as I saw it in person, my concerns were absolutely out the door. There's nothing wrong with this neck whatsoever. It just has those finish cracks. Could you get it repaired? Sure, but why? I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to get worse, to be honest with you. They're just a bit ugly, and they look a bit ugly, but you don't really feel them, and it's certainly not affecting the playability whatsoever. It just, I don't know if somebody really messed with the temperature. I mean, I've read that that's how this can happen. It's very strange, but whatever, it's there. And again, I mean, I'm still very much considering keeping this guitar. It has the original case in good condition. There's some sort of stickering on the back that somebody slapped a sticker on it and they tried to peel it off, so it has like that. There's a gouge in the back, but is the Joe Bonamassa Amos case. It has all the case candy as far as I can tell. The inside of the case is really nice, but it's the bottom side of the case that's definitely got some wear. But yeah, I feel like they really nailed this. I'm trying to think if there's anything. There's a tiny bit of fret wear. A tiny bit of fret wear in the first 3 frets. There's a little bit of a rough buzz up here. But I also have the action pretty darn low. I'm sure that's a high fret there, but again, when you're playing with your leads and your distortion and everything like that, you're not going to notice it. The only thing I notice too is the input jack is just, well, heck, it's just a bit tight. That's all. That's the only thing I can say. It kind of goes in 3 places almost. 1, 2, like a solid 2. but it's solid. It's very solid. Switch feels great. Knobs, tone up, everything works perfectly. Stays in tune perfectly. Again, no fret sprout whatsoever. Extremely. Also, this neck too. A lot of people think these are going to be fat necks. This is not a fat neck. So, anyway, let's do a quick couple sounds through the twin reverb. Middle. And neck position. Very comfortable neck. Very, very, very. Oh, super comfortable neck. Let's switch to the Marshall for a second. I'm not going to do a long play video. I'm going to try and make this video short. I just wanted to explain what the guitar is. You know, for any potential buyers, or I don't know. I'm very undecided on this. I've never had a V, and this is cool as crap, especially with the new Vs coming out, and the new Vs at $1,300 from the new Epiphone Vs are not spec'd as well as this, not by far. I know you get Gibson burst bucker pickups in there, but I feel like they cut a lot of other corners. Especially it has that new vintage age lacquer. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. If you've ever felt it on like the 59 Les Paul outfit, I hate it. This has that nice thick gloss. Tone down. Fingers. It's totally sick. I'm still getting used to these two volumes, by the way. but anyway, anything else you want to know about the guitar? Again, I really wish I could get these finish cracks to show up, but look, like I said, they're ugly. I'm not going to say that they're not ugly, but you don't really quite feel them, and they are absolutely 100% not going into the wood whatsoever. I had it checked out by everyone I've ever known, including my local repair guy who worked for Gretsch for 35 years and does a lot of local refinishing projects for people. So he said it's absolutely rock solid, and I trust him with all my guitars. I've let him refinish my 335 for me. So in general, check one of these out. They're cool. They're so cool. My God, they're cool. Great guitar. Really excited about it. It is going to be on reverb, but I don't know. I'm super unsure, but hats off to this one, to this Epiphone. Hats off. Way better than any Epiphone I've played before. Way better. Light years better. I can see why they sell for so much. Absolute monster. So I don't have anything else to say about it. Great guitar. Thanks, guys.